I'm Rebecca Cook, and we're going to do another Psoas Major strengthening and release exercise. Okay, this is really important that we mobilize this joint. I talked about in a blog that I wrote, it's like when we have a loose tooth as a kid, and the tooth is getting loose and maybe pushing out away from our mouth. We wouldn't just keep pushing it in that direction to unlodge it. We would wiggle it back and forth to mobilize that tooth and to get it to loosen up. The same is important for our joints, that we aren't just giving a static stretch. It's proven that if we mobilize that joint in both directions, you're going to get more mobility in that joint. We need to move, okay? That's the important thing with this one. So again, you're going to be on the floor this time, but you want to be somewhere where you can hold on to something. It could be a chair. I'm here in my studio. I have my Cadillac next to me. I'm going to be stretching my right hip flexor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my right leg, my right knee up towards my chest. I'm shortening and using that Psoas Major to do that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the leg back behind me, but I'm going to have the back foot and leg internally rotated. That's really important because remember that that muscle attaches to the lesser trochanter of the femur bone, and it needs to go down and back. We need to get it as long as possible. So once we place that foot back at a place that feels comfortable, we want to sort of posteriorly tilt slightly. Okay, that means we are bringing our tailbone under us, or like if this was a bowl of water, we'd be tipping the water behind us. And that action, you might not get a whole lot of action there, but you're going to start feeling a little bit of stretch and intensity in here through the front of the hip, or you should, all right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arm up and over, okay? And we're just going to do this version first. So we're going to bring it up, and then we're going to bring that leg back, internally rotated, posterior tilt, and reach over. And again, we bring it up, and we bring it back. Nice stretch. And then we bring it up, and we bring it back, tilt under, and stretch over. Okay. You can do that anywhere from 4 to 8 times, whatever feels good to you, to just warming up and mobilizing that joint. And then you're going to do it on the other side. I'm going to teach you another version of the same exercise that's a little bit more advanced. If you are having severe back issues, so I'm talking about things like you have been diagnosed with sciatica pain, or you've been diagnosed with degenerative disc disorder or stenosis, something like that, where your doctor is like, be very, very careful, and it's not just like a general back pain that you're having from hip flexor tightness, then you might want to avoid this kind of exercise where we're going into more extreme positions. But you can try this. If you don't have any of those issues, you might just have a little bit of low back pain now and then, okay? So what you're going to do, the same thing, you're going to raise that leg, bring it behind you, turned in, posteriorly tilt, and bring the arm over. And then what I want you to do, you might just start out small. You're going to go back and forth, 3 or 4 times. And then you're going to come up. And we'll repeat that up and back and over. And we go back and forth. Notice I'm just waving my upper body, stretching it up like a little flag waving in the wind. And bring it up. Now you can play with greater range of motion. If it's available to you, you might want to open more. Even use the arm. Reach over and reach forward, if that's available to you, and back. Just play with all of that motion and then come up. And the important part is that you're not doing something where you're feeling pain, sharp shooting pain. We're not trying to hurt you. We're just trying to mobilize those things so that you feel better. So I hope you join us for our next video where we look how to release the hip flexors.